Hey, what's up? I'm the Cartoon-theorist YT. As ashes fall from the Santa robot you decimated, sent by an evil frog king from another dimension, you realize how beautiful the holidays can truly be. Amphibia's second holiday special brings everyone together to thwart King Andrias' latest plan, and also make a float. With this episode, we get a special song by special guest Rebecca Sugar, the creator of Steven Universe. That show also had some wondrous Christmas specials. Just like with Mr. X, they draw her character modeled after her. The twist of this episode is crazy. Today, let's explore the magical globe of Amphibia. With that said, let's start the show. The intro was changed for the holiday. One of the buildings is covered in ribbon. As we zoom out to see LA, we see Santa and his reindeer pass by. One of the construction workers has a Santa hat. By the way, I never noticed this Gravity Falls Gideon doll. Anne's hair color changes from blue to pink and green. That could be due to Christmas, or it could be a reference to the letter she'll write about Sasha and Marcy. More on that later. The music is changed into Jingle Bells. The title of the show is wrapped in ribbons. Jingle bells are attached. We open up with Miss Boonjoy decorating the house. She dresses Domino as Santa. His white belly makes it look like he has a beard. She puts a frog angel on the tree. Her mug has a frog with a Santa hat on it. The planters have no idea what's going on. Spring thinks that the elves on the shelves could be weapons. This all makes sense due to, unlike Marcy, the fact Anne didn't inform the planters much about her world. From what we've seen, the only holiday Anne mentioned was Halloween. When Anne tries to explain it, she gets interrupted by a phone call. The phone call informs Miss Boonjoy that the downtown LA Christmas Palooza parade has a spot for a float for Thai the restaurant. We learn it was Anne's mother's dream to have a float for the restaurant, but she's never been able to get a spot. This of course brings Miss Boonjoy excitement, but to Anne and Mr. Boonjoy's surprise, she declines. Because of their plan to lay low, Miss Boonjoy thinks it would be a bad decision. While I feel bad that she made that decision, it also shows how much Miss Boonjoy values the planters and cares about Anne. Anne's mother reassures Anne that they can still do all of the fun activities they usually do. Even though she said no, it's clear she was upset about doing so. It's Mr. Boonjoy's goal to take the perfect picture. Last year's picture theme was ungulates. It says, "Poof, a merry, deary Christmas." Miss Boonjoy was dressed as a moose, and Mr. Boonjoy was dressed as a deer. Domino, dressed as a goat, is drinking water. Anne was dressed as a giraffe. This could be a stretch, but I have a theory on it, as I am the Cartoon-theorist YT. Matt Brawley and Dana Terrace, the creator of the Owl House, watch each other's shows. In the Owl House, giraffes come from another dimension called the Boiling Isles. The giraffes were banned by the people there. This is sort of like how Anne was in another dimension but then kicked out by the king. There is evidence that the two worlds of Amphibia and the Owl House are connected. In the last episode, when showing other dimensions, there was a blurred image of the Owl House. That also could be why her costume looks in two separate directions. This represents her living in two separate dimensions. Mr. Boonjoy takes a picture of the planters. The picture looks like what I will now be seeing in my nightmares. Anne goes to her room to call the parade people and accept the deal without her mother knowing. She feels that her parents have made too many sacrifices for her, and this will not be one of them. This is the part we see in the promo where they say plot twist. This, as it turns out, was a misdirect from the real plot twist of the episode. Anne plans to give her family the greatest gift of their dreams. Anne shouts, "Are you with me?" a reference to SpongeBob. As they head out, it cuts from the morning sun to the red moon of a frog world in despair. As 18 ships fly by, we see one of the robots building a snow robot. The mushrooms are in Christmas colors. Triple B comes in to inform King Andrias that their robot army is nearly complete. If you don't remember, because neither did I, they were the newts that assisted Marcy in the episode Marcy at the Gates. They don't seem to have alternative motives, but likely they didn't have a choice in the matter of helping King. They're dressed as elves because of Christmas. We learn Marcy told them about Christmas. We get this gag of the newt, Blair, dragging a giant gift to the king. It has 6 stars on each side, separated by a ribbon. I'm wondering if this has some sort of symbolism. Excitedly, he tears open the box. Inside is a butterfly drum, a VR goggle, and a controller. They're all red and green. Red could be for the orange eyes of the core, and Marcy's gem color. King Andrias starts firing the weapons attached to the drone at Triple B. We cut to Rebecca Sugar in front of the store playing the song Our Special Time of Year. As Anne passes by, there is something hanging that says, "Let it snow," a reference to the song. When Anne shows them the plan she has, we can see people driving the truck. The weird thing about this is Allie and Jess are driving. That doesn't make sense because Anne didn't plan them to be the ones driving. So I don't know who else this could be. Just another thing you'll find on What's That Continuity Mistake? Anyways, Holly calls Allie and Jess. I don't know if it was confirmed before, but they go to a community college. It says hashtag BYOD party. Through my Google search, it means the practice of allowing the employees of an organization to use their computers, smartphones, or other devices for work purposes. The room is 212. When searching for Disney 212, the Disney store came up. It might be a reference to that because when Sprig asks what Christmas is all about, they say it's about gifts. On the Amphibia wiki page, it says 212 is the production code of the episode Shut-In. This could be a reference to that because that is the only other Amphibia special. Amphibia Season 2 Episode 12 is also where the Planters and Anne return from Wartwood. That would make sense as we'll soon get the return of Marcy's parents. We get a nod to Steven Universe with a robot cookie cat, which Anne tries to flirt with. It's funny. Cut to the Museum of Natural History. It's decorated with Christmas and Hanukkah decorations. One of the bird models has a Christmas hat along with the bones of the T-Rex. Dr. Jan scares the life out of a guy. She allows Anne to take anything she wants. As Dr. Chan attempts to explain Christmas to the Planters, Anne horrifies children as she goes to get some caveman dioramas. It's nice to get to see the background character and his husband. Rebecca Sugar walks down the street singing. A flock of birds attack the drone. King Andrias drinks a Zappapi soda. At the Thai temple, the Thai community gives Anne and the Planters stuff for the float. They go to the mall and get supplies. Sprig calls someone's artwork garbage. He does his own artwork. Sprig makes a model of their home in Wartwood. There's a Chickalis diorama. Anne wakes up her parents early in the morning to show them the float. There is an advertisement for Christmas movies. One is called A Hunky Lumberjack for Christmas. It's from the Hallmark Channel. The Hallmark Channel is where they put reruns of Christmas movies. We got a Santa float in the front, a Construct a Carnivore float, The place Polly got into a fight in Hop Till You Drop. A sombrero float, which could be from the restaurant Anne and Sprig went to in the episode Sprig's Birthday. The Ty Doll float, and Monday Cat, aka Garfield. The people on the roof are the colors of the Calamity Box. One of them has a Santa hat. Miss Boon Choi felt happy that she was finally a part of the community. This is something Anne can understand because of her time in Wartwood. King Andrias easily locates Anne. The butterfly bot takes over the Santa float with nanobots. You know, because nanobots somehow explain everything. Avengers Infinity War? In the amphibian language, the robot says ready to rock. The corrupted Santa ruins Mr. Boonchoi's photo. The tech geniuses are fascinated by the evil robot, but Polly reminds them that they could all die if they stay. King Andrias decides to give them a gift. The gift of missiles, that is. They throw everything at it, but it doesn't go down. And you know, because there are nanobots, which somehow explains everything, this robot is able to breathe fire, make a shield, and do extremely complex moves. They throw a giant cookie, which slows him down. The scene of him appearing from the corner as they are trapped reminds me a lot of Baby from FNAF for some reason. I'll wait for me to put on screen what I mean later. The Santa bot powers up a laser blast. They use a Silent Night can and put the Christmas tree inside. Aunt says Merry Christmas to King Andrias before she lights it up, because for some reason there was a string attached. The king actually thanks her for that and wishes her a Merry Christmas. I think this could just be more evidence for why he's not really a bad guy, but rather has a bad influence, aka the core. For example, how he turned away when Marcy was corrupted by the core. More on that in a future video. The tree stabs both the Santa and robot. It shoots lasers right before it explodes. I love this moment between this kid and his dad. The kid asks whether Santa will be okay, only for him to casually say no. It reminds me of my dad. As everyone has gathered together, snow falls on Los Angeles, but is revealed to be ash. King Andrias breaks the VR goggle and controller. The Triple B leave as it happens, which is a smart call. Remember the last time he got mad? Anyways, Darcy chuckles in the corner with the dice. Anne and her mother finally explain Christmas to the planters. It's revealed Mr. Boonchoy finally got a good picture taken, and Sprig gives Anne the perfect gift. Rebecca Sugar finishes her song in the distance. We get the big twist of this episode. It's revealed Anne, up late at night, is writing to Sasha and Marcy's parents. We'll talk about that more in another video. As the credits go by, we see Anne finally give her mother the butterfly she had gotten in Hopping Mall. Sprig gets an action figure of Arachnolad. Polly gets a toy ball gun, and Hop Pop gets a book. What did you think of this episode? Let me know in the comments down below. Please be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell to see my videos as soon as possible. Announcements are coming up, and with that said, stay tuned and have a Merry Christmas when that time comes.